So out in New York City, it was all eyes on their running mates. A live look this morning as the sun comes up there. The vice presidential candidates took the debate stage for the first and only time.
Both men made their positions clear, even agreeing at times. The debate touched on everything from the Middle East to climate change, the economy, abortion, and the border.
I think the first thing that we do is we start with the criminal migrants. About 1 million of those people have committed some form of crime in addition to crossing the border illegally. I think you start with deportations on those folks.
Donald Trump had 4 years. He had 4 years to do this. And he promised you, America, how easy it would be. I'll build you a big, beautiful wall, and Mexico will pay for it. Less than 2% of that wall got built, and Mexico didn't pay a dime.
Joining us now to help break down the debate is Fort Worth Star Telegram columnist Bud Kennedy. Hello. The debate felt different. I'm sorry. I'm just renaming you here. So we're talking about this one being very different in the fact that this was a more cordial, we call it Midwest nice.
Midwest nice, that's what we got, yeah.
Midwest nice. It seemed like they should just go out to a nice bar in Ohio or something and have a couple of natty lights and talk about this instead of spending our 90 minutes.
You know, and that was a problem for some people. So this morning in waking up, you know, you say who won, who lost, right? I think the overall majority of networks that we listened into thought that, you know, people thought that Vance won. But really, win or lose, did they do the job that they were meant to do last night?
Well, the Yale lawyer won. What a surprise over the geography teacher from Minnesota. Sometimes, you know, Walz, he seemed like a geography teacher who was overwhelmed by the smartest kid in the class. But, you know, the problem is that for Vance, the problem for Walz is they didn't talk enough about Donald Trump. Vance basically talked a lot about Kamala Harris. If you're not spending time talking about Donald Trump, then Kamala Harris is losing. Every minute that Donald Trump is the topic of this campaign, Kamala Harris is winning. On this night, Walz didn't attack Donald Trump much, barely attacked him at all. Vance came out looking like the 2028 frontrunner.
There was a lot of talk about policy, something we really haven't seen so far in this presidential campaign. What were some of the standout moments for you on those policy issues?
You know, I think that you look at the moments on immigration, and they talked about Vance's discussion of immigration. He was very strong on it. I don't think he was really truthful about it when he talked about immigrants adding to the housing problems. He cited a study that applies to a few specific markets. I mean, immigrants are the ones building homes. You know, they're not the ones taking homes. They're taking jobs Americans won't do. They're living in places most Americans won't take. But I thought that was Vance's strongest moment. On foreign policy, Vance seemed like he totally had command of foreign policy issues. Walz seemed like he doesn't know much about the world outside Minnesota.
And that's what I was going to ask you. I know they touched on abortion policy in Minnesota.
Walz was much stronger on abortion policy, on health care, on education. Those were probably Walz's 3 strongest topics.
Now, when we look at, you know, the 8-second clip or the 10-second clip that'll be circulating this morning, I mean, frankly, I think it's more important to do your own research and know what's going on than just playing the 8-second clip and 10-second clip. But if we had to choose some, what are some of the things that people are going to really see in the headlines today?
Well, they're going to see Vance, that Vance was stronger on national issues, on world issues, that Walz had a stronger command, particularly health care and abortion. But I think the main clip is on the January 6th incident, the attack on the Capitol. And that was the only place where people feel like Walz really defeated Vance and won over Vance, because, you know, although it felt like by that time, it felt like that Walz was one of those Capitol police officers standing on the steps trying to keep from being overrun by Vance and the rest of the debate.
Bud Kennedy with the Fort Worth Star Telegram. We so appreciate your time bringing us that context this morning. Hey, there's another crucial debate just 13 days from now right here on WFAA. Republican incumbent Senator Ted Cruz is facing off against Democrat Congressman Colin Allred in the Texas debate. It'll be moderated by Jason Whiteley and Gromer Jeffers from the Dallas Morning News. It's on Tuesday, October 15th. Don't miss it. You can watch live at 7 p.m. on WFAA or stream the debate on our WFAA Plus app. It's a great time to get it. We'll have pre- and post-debate analysis there. WFAA Plus is free to download on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.